Hello everyone, this is Dr. Teresa Hoadley and we are going to talk about the syllabus tutorial. This is 512, Roles and Issues in the Advanced Practice Nursing, and this is section number 2. This is a 3-credit course, which means it's 1 hour or 1 clock hour and approximately 50 minutes. That does not mean that you only work 50 minutes in this course. That's just the way the college has designated it. Prerequisites are graduate standing, consent of instructor, and basically what we're going to do in this course is talk about current and emerging roles of the advanced practice nurse in education. We're going to talk about politics, legalities, financial, ethical, and technological issues that impact you as an advanced practice nurse in any healthcare setting. We'll also discuss the differences between advanced practice nurses because there are several. Again, I have my names and my credentials. Excuse me for that little pop-up. And my office is 715. In the other tutorial, I did explain that my office phone and my home phone are listed, but my preference is my cell phone where you can text me as well as call me. You can also call my office phone, but my home phone is probably the last effort, just primarily because of my teenager who doesn't pass on information. My email is listed as well as my hours. Again, if you need to call me, don't hesitate to, because I will definitely take your calls. The objectives are set by the college at the master's level, so you can differentiate, analyze, develop, and establish your goals for personal growth. What we want you to do is, included in several of the assignments, is to interview the master's prepared nurse, and this will help you have a better understanding and insight of what it is to become an advanced practice nurse. We want you to serve as a participant as well as a facilitator, because not only should you be a good leader, but you should also be a good follower. The best followers can also be the best leaders. We want you to write a letter to your legislator to talk about a passion of yours or an issue that you feel it does not have good enough coverage and you need to provide support for that. You also will compare and contrast 2 nurse practice acts, one from your own state and one from an assigned state, which is located to the left under the course home. And you will also do a coding assignment as well as a comprehensive final project, which is a summative and evaluative annotated bibliography. And that basically is something that you want to do the entire course. Your learning activities are based on all of your assignments. The textbooks that we require, you should get these for your own practice because you can refer to those. The APA manual is something that you will use no matter where you are in the graduate program as a student or even postgraduate when you do submit manuscripts to journals. Most of them do follow the APA standards. Buresh and Dinesco are master's level writers, as well as Mason, Levitt, and Chaffee. So I think you'll really enjoy those texts. In addition, we do have supplemental texts, and you can get those through iServe, or you could also buy them if you prefer. Grading policy is no different than any other course at the college. The only thing is the master's level, you have to maintain a B or higher. The major assignments, your APN interview is 10%. Discussion is 20% because there are actually 10 discussions. You will be a facilitator at least once throughout the semester, and that's worth 10%. The legislative assignment is worth 15%. Nurse practice assessment, or assignment, excuse me, is 15%, and that is actually a PowerPoint. And your coding assessment or coding assignment is worth 10%. Your annotated bibliography assignment is a summation of the entire semester, and that is worth 20%. As far as the course policies, we expect you to attend during online threaded discussions, and they again will run Sunday through Saturday. Some discussions may cover a 2-week time frame. Finance is about the only one that I know that will cover that, and that includes the coding assignment as well. We expect you to be respectful of one another. Discussion is the key, and early discussion is good because we don't want you to just repeat what other people or your peers have already presented, but we want your postings to be very efficient, effective, and showing signs of doing insightful thought, such as providing your resources as well. You can work ahead. You don't probably want to work too much ahead, especially if you have an assignment due. You don't want to turn in a lot of assignments without getting any feedback from me, because I did have a student in a previous semester who did all of the assignments without really any reflection from some of the comments that I had provided, and so therefore the same mistakes were made time and time again. Finally, the student did realize that there were problems and made some changes, but please don't work too far ahead. Usually no more than 1 week is what you would want to do, because you're going to miss out on a lot of fruitful discussion. Participation in your online course is required. You want to be on your site probably at least daily, because you miss out on so much. And if you have a very active group, there's going to be a lot of postings and you're going to get overwhelmed with all of the postings. I will make every effort to return your written assignments within 12 business days, but usually I'll try to get them back to you as soon as possible, just because I know you want my feedback. And discussion and facilitator feedback will be posted the following week. Again, academic dishonesty is no different than any other syllabus that you have read while you're at the college. Lifting exact word strings of 5 to 9 words from another author's work is plagiarism. And if any of you are publishing, something that I didn't know until I was publishing my dissertation is that you can actually self-plagiarize. Even though you wrote it for one journal, and if you would lift 5 to 9 words, even though it's your own writing, to another journal, that's considered to be self-plagiarism. So you learn something new every day. We do not have tests. You don't have to worry about that. Late assignments, please let me know if you think you're going to have a late assignment. Maybe your computer crashed, maybe you have internet access problems. Let me know so that we can work something out. And every assignment must be turned in as long as it's not more than 1 week late. Assignments received more than 1 week late generally will not be accepted, but again, it depends on the circumstances. Lateness in submitting required assignments electronically without notification of the instructor result in a 5% deduction each day the assignment is late. So, communication is the key. Course and faculty evaluations will be completed the last 2 weeks of the semester, and they will be completed online, so you can find them in doc sharing. Also, you want to make sure that you achieve that B or higher, because you are at a master's level, so we expect a lot more. And I think that you'll realize that a master's degree becomes more your degree than the baccalaureate, and you really will want to succeed and do very well. It's just a very motivating thing to be in a higher education course. When you save your files, make sure that you submit them with the course, which is 512, your last name, and a brief assignment name. So if you were turning in your APN interview, it would be 512, your name, and APN interview. If you don't, it could result in point reductions, because I may not know who has submitted this. Follow all the guidelines of the student handbook, and always be respectful of your peers and faculty. You're expected to check your email, check your announcements frequently. I will try to provide updates when new announcements come up, but check frequently. And again, etiquette, you want to use internet etiquette so that you are respectful of your peers as well as your faculty. And if you're not familiar with it, we do have the Netiquette homepage. If you have any disabilities, please make sure that I know as well as Dr. Jan Boundy, so that we can deal with any situations that we may need to, because your success is very important to us. So that concludes the syllabus tutorial. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me or text me, and I look forward to working with you this semester.